Welcome back to a brand new video. This is time lapse, and for those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, be sure to do so. First, I want to jump in and show I hit a new personal best. I broke 5100. I'll show you the deck that I was using. I don't think it's going to be viable anymore. It was the bowler graveyard control deck using the executioner. It was exciting, it was fun, but I think its time has died, unfortunately. And it actually died a while ago. It's not necessarily the poison buff coming up. Our clan was able to push pretty high. I want to give them a shout out, and we're maybe going to hit top 100 before the end of the season. We'll see how it all shakes out. I think a lot of guys are getting pretty close to their personal best, so good luck to the rest of them in the next couple of hours. This video is being recorded prior, if you can't tell. And I want to jump into a couple of games where I played against a couple guys from Reddit Alpha. I've always had a great experience playing with these guys. I don't think I've ever seen them BM. I've played maybe 10 or 15 of them, and I even hopped in their clan last time to say good game to them when I've played. They're all great sports, so I think I've had a decent record against them, but they always put up a great fight and make me really work for a win. And if I do lose, I know that it's a really well fought game, and these guys are very highly skilled. So great, exciting games for you to watch as I talk. So today I'm going to be talking about the balance change and what is the next meta. I think that's the question on everybody's minds is where's the game going? What is the meta going to be? Is it going to be stale? Are we going to see a new one? Are we going to see an old one? Is it going to be the hogs? Is it going to be poison back in the game? And the first thing I want to talk about is poison in the fact that when they removed the slowing effect, I think it slowed either 20 or 25 or 30%. I can't even remember. It was so long ago, and I tried to find it on Wiki and I couldn't find it, but no big deal. When they removed the slow effect, that basically made the card 25% less valuable, and then later they buffed it in damage to try and compensate it, and now finally they're doing what they should have done to balance the card originally. If you're going to take away the 25% slowing effect, there should probably be like a 25% buff to the damage per second. I think that's how it probably should have been done originally, but hey, what do I know? It may have been that that wouldn't have been a drastic enough change and the meta would never have changed. Who knows? We'll never know. But anyway, I'm excited to see the change that they do make, and I think it's going to make the card very, very feasible. And I've been trying out many, many decks with one of my clanmates, Knack, who's approaching top 100 on the global leaderboard as an individual. He's a great asset to our team. He really helps our team in terms of total trophy count, but he also is a great asset for our team in terms of practicing decks and helping develop strategy. So we spent a good amount of time, and I'll show you the deck that I think I came up with as a maybe viable. I think it's still in the maybe slot. It's really hard to tell until a day or two goes by with new balance changes, and I'm sure everybody's going to get upset about something or other, or somebody's deck's not going to work anymore. But it is what it is. We're going to see how it all shakes down. It's too soon to tell, but I think that Minor Poison is going to be a very strong deck that we're going to see a little bit too much of, unfortunately. I'm not too upset about that. I'm hoping that Rocket kind of fades out of the meta because I just don't think that it's fun to play against. In fact, I was running it in tournaments and I was doing pretty well with it, and in challenges it's just super oppressive, but I think that that's not the problem. I think that that was the response. I think that was a terrible freeze on screen. I think that was the response to everybody playing these turtle decks. They all sit there, try to be pretty cautious, and I think that what happened is people turned to the Minor Rocket as a way to control the tempo of a game and not get stuck. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Minor, and I think it's going to go with Poison. I think that another probably not the best freeze, but I think that zap he did right there will come back to bite him, and he may not have needed it because I don't think that there were many Dutes left. But again, what I was talking about, Minor Poison, I think is going to be a little bit oppressive. That was a very aggressive fireball, and that was a very aggressive log. I think that ends up being his detriment. If you look back now, when he used that zap on his tower, if he hadn't used it, he'd be able to get one more off right now, and he would have won that game. But hey, hindsight's 2020. Great game against Blake. Hopefully he continues. I think when I looked at him, he was at his personal best, so hopefully it didn't set him back too much. And I'm just showing zap. He was a little bit shy. If he had a level 13 zap, he would have been able to zap down that tower, but hey, things happen. You only notice it when it's close, right? So good game to him. and we're going to jump into another one with another Reddit Alpha player. So I think Minor Poison and I think Golem Poison or Goison 2.0, 3.0, who knows, we've lost track of how many times we've tried it. I'm looking forward to it. I think that Poison is going to be a very valuable card again, both on offense and defense. Countering Graveyard is going to be kind of annoying for me being a Graveyard player, but it gives me an opportunity to play some other cards and other decks. So what I want to talk about now is remembering the rock, paper, scissors of Clash Royale. And what I mean is that control beats beatdown, beatdown beats siege, and siege beats control. Unless I'm totally wrong and I've been playing the game incorrectly, but that's how it feels to me. And what that means is siege, and you're seeing it on the screen here, siege is making somewhat of a comeback. I said, oops, that was my fault. I dropped the 9 in the back for no reason. I think I misclicked or something happened. So siege is starting to come back because of all the minor rockets and the control, which is just how the cycle goes. Something becomes popular, something new tries to counter it, and that then becomes popular, and then we're on to the next meta and the next meta and the next meta. I don't think that there are very many decks that are able to just withstand that. I think Goison might have been one of the last examples, and right now I feel like Minor Rocket is the only way you can hang, but we'll see what happens moving forward. So Goison is something that I'm going to be trying for at least the first couple of days of the new season. I mean, it's really tough to tell on ladder, but I'm going to go for it. It's difficult to tell due to card levels being dropped all the way down to about 4,000. The first 500 or so trophies are a little bit easier to earn, which makes your deck maybe feel stronger than it really is. But I'm really looking forward to the friendly battles and jumping in some challenges. And I'll probably even play classic challenges, which I haven't done in a long time, just to test out some of the interactions between cards when in like a competitive atmosphere. Additionally, playing the deck on like a singles ladder on game battles is going to be exciting. I think my singles ladder is doing all right. I think I have, I want to say 2 losses, maybe like 15 wins, which is nothing like the days when I was playing Call of Duty and people go 100-0 pretty consistently. So we'll see how it shakes down, but that might be a place where I start testing some decks. And I think Goison is going to be one of those decks where it's going to make a comeback and it's just going to be really annoying to deal with, and people are going to get very frustrated. And I don't think it's going to be Poison's fault that people are going to be frustrated about it. It's just how the meta has shaken down and where the meta is starting to go. One deck variation we were trying was Poison and Lightning, which seems very heavy, but when you have a pump, it's something that seems somewhat feasible, even though it's a little maybe awkward if you're not used to running such a heavy deck. I know I'm not. Most of my decks are around 4.0. Anything north of 4.0 starts to feel pretty bulky, but if you have a pump, then it doesn't feel as bad. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, Minor Poison, I'm glad to see maybe the Minor Rocket. That was a very aggressive rocket, as you're seeing on screen, and that's really the downfall of the game. That was it. Shouldn't have been as aggressive. That's a very tough one to get off. So this deck, unfortunately, Poison's going to pretty much wreck it, but I'm excited to build a new one next season. Who knows, maybe I'll go Siege. I know I did that for a little while at the beginning, but very excited to see what this next meta has in store. That does it for this video. I'm going to put on screen the deck I've been trying. Hopefully it works out. You can try it as well. And good luck to everybody. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.